Hey guys, in this video we are going to talk about final keyword and how to use the final keyword. The keyword final has three uses. Firstly, it can be used to create the equivalent of a named constant, and the other two uses of final are associated with inheritance. The first use of final keyword associated with inheritance is to prevent overriding. We know that method overriding is one of the Java's most powerful features, but there will be times when you will want to prevent it from occurring. In such situations, we can use final keyword to prevent overriding. To disallow a method from being overridden, specify final as a modifier at the start of its declaration. So, methods declared as final cannot be overridden. When we declare methods as final, actually they provide a performance enhancement because the compiler knows that such methods will not be overridden by a subclass and they treat them as inline functions. And we know that in case of inline functions, compiler copies the entire bytecode of the function or the subroutine directly in line with the compiled code of the calling method. So this eliminates the costly overhead associated with a method call. Inlining is only an option with final methods. Normally, Java resolves calls to methods dynamically at runtime, and this is called late binding. However, since final methods cannot be overridden, a call to one can be resolved at compile time. So this is called early binding. So in this video, we are going to demonstrate the uses of final keyword. That is, first one is to prevent overriding, and the other use is to prevent inheritance. Sometimes we may want to prevent a class from being inherited. So to do this, we need to prefix final keyword with class declaration. Declaring a class as final implicitly declares all of its methods also as final. And note that it is illegal to declare a class as both abstract and final because an abstract class is incomplete by itself and depends upon its subclasses to provide complete implementations. So these are the two uses of final keyword that are associated with final inheritance. So let's see how both of these work. Let's go to Eclipse and see the demonstration. Let's see how we can prevent method overriding using final keyword. So I have taken class A and let's take a method. Let me call it as display method, and here let's use system.out.println statement, and this print a message here. And here let me take a subclass of this. Let's call it as class B extends class A. So class B is subclass of class A. Now this is a regular method. Now I will prefix a keyword final over here. So you can see that here I have used the keyword final, and in subclass if I try to write this display method, it has to give me an error over here. Obviously it shows that there is an error over here, that is cannot override the final method from A. So this is an error because I have made this display method as a final method. So none of its subclasses can override this display method. So this is the first use of final keyword that is associated with inheritance. So let's see what is the second usage of this. Let's make this class as final over here. So I have made this class as final. So A class which is declared as final cannot be inherited. That means here you can see that the error is the type B cannot subclass the final class A. So this is the second use of final keyword in case of inheritance, wherein you cannot override a method which is made as final. And second one is, if there is a class that is declared as final class, that cannot be inherited. It will throw an error if you do so. And by default, whenever a class is a final class, obviously by default all of its methods also will be final. So these are the two uses that are associated with inheritance. So that's all for now. In the next video we'll come up with another concept of Java. So till then, take care. Bye bye.